There's always a delay from when I click the button to where it goes
There
up
it
there.
is.
We're live. Zach Taylor, Joe Burrow talked to the media today. Updates on Trey Hendrickson, updates on Shamar Stewart, updates on Joe Burrow being way cooler than anybody that's watching this show, unless he's watching it, which he probably is. We're going to draw all that out for an hour coming up next.
Yo, boys are ready to go. You already know. Grab a garage beer, let's flow. No filter needed, beers getting deleted. It's the Cincy Unfiltered show. Let's go. Boys are ready to go. Boys are ready to go. You already know. Grab a garage beer, let's flow. No filter needed, beers getting deleted. It's the Cincy Unfiltered show. Let's go. Boys are ready to go.
What is up? What is up? What is up? We are in a very frustratingly slow and boring time of the season, ladies and gentlemen. But regardless of that, welcome to Cincy Unfiltered, where we're going to talk about the things Drew just mentioned before the beautiful intro. How are we doing tonight, Drew?
Better now. We're getting toward the end of the moving process. Ring doorbell went off. Free ad ring doorbell.
Someone's at your door. Both Drew and I's lives are in shambles right now. He's moving around everywhere. Work is just putting me through hell and back, but we are here every week, except for last week when I wasn't able to be here, ready to talk Cincinnati sports, mainly Cincinnati Bengals. You know that. You kind of mentioned the stuff happening right now. There's not a ton of it, right? But the things that are happening right now are pretty interesting, whether you want to become insanely frustrated or continue to be frustrated or back a player. You pick and choose. You get to choose here, you know?
What side are you on?
Yeah, pick a side.
Let's divide the entire fan base tonight.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's start a Twitter civil war. We haven't had a good one in 3 or 4 days.
We have not. We
need to get one side of the fan base yelling at the other side. That's what we need. Get the Twitter timeline, spice it up.
Healthy. That's a healthy way to handle a lull in the off season. Who do you want to dive into first?
That's pretty much how it goes, though.
We
get bored and people start fighting over dumb shit.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow and Zach Taylor did speak to the media today. First time Burrow's really got in front of the camera and talked to the press since the end of last season.
Sure.
Cool hair, which I'm sure nobody's shocked to hear.
Looks like spaghetti.
Talked about the fact that he is on the season 2 of quarterback and said that he wouldn't have done it if it weren't for Peyton Manning reaching out. He said, when that guy calls, you typically just say, yeah. So we do the press conference. He gives a little bit of insight on it, but it made me more excited to watch it. It sucks that it's going to be watching him literally do everything he could to get this team into the playoffs last season, and then just things completely collapsing and, defense not getting stops and all that. But I think it's going to be good insight to how he handled that and his frustration levels when he's on the sidelines telling Zach, this is fucking embarrassing. And we've scored 37 points. So I think that's going to be funny. He mentioned that a little bit. Oh, what a throw. I got the Reds game on. And
do you?
Honestly, that was a good throw. I fucking hate Pittsburgh. Anything from near or around it, the colors, black and yellow put together, piss me off. I hate them all, and I wish that Yasiel Puig or Amir Garrett was here to fight the entire team like that one time.
that photo of him cocked back. It's one of the
best pictures. Just one man ready to fight the entire city of Pittsburgh, dude. I love it.
Just a spark.
So I'll probably live react to
the
Reds game, probably at the worst possible times throughout the entire.
Do you just want to? How about we just get right into this right here and just talk about our?
Oh my God!
Do you not have one?
Come on, dog! What are you talking about? Do I not have one? Who is this guy, dude?
What a freak! Why would I think you wouldn't have that? Wow!
What an idiot!
Oh my God! The beautiful, beautiful, delicious garage beer. I'm rocking with the classic light beer tonight. I'm in a light beer mood. I just need that beer flavored beer down my gullet tonight. Drew, rocking with the lime, dude.
Always
the summer beer of the summer. Classic beer flavored beer. The garage is always open, folks. You can get it at no, it never, ever does. You can get it at your local, but there's a pretty freaking cool way to find it. If you want to talk about that, Drew.
Yeah. All you got to do is go to drinkgaragebeer.com and go to the beer finder. If you're on your phone, it'll just ask for your location, or you can put in your zip code. You'll find bars, restaurants, anywhere that sells this delicious flavored beer. Actually in the process of moving to a new area, not the area that I lived in now. Immediately hopped on the beer finder, put in the new zip code, and I'm well covered in the area. We're good. Because if not, probably would have had to buy a different house.
Move again, absolutely. So
just not move there and find
just
somewhere else.
Yeah, just not. Guys, and I say it every show, man, they keep the lights on here. Yeah, that's true, but we actually genuinely like this stuff. It's really good beer. Drew's been drinking it since he was 12. Let's give the people what they want. Pull it up. Unless you already.
That's what they're here for.
All right, you ready?
Can we time this up?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
So good.
Much needed in the current space of my life.
Oh shit, yeah. I'm gonna kill this. I'm actually gonna. This is so good. Keep talking. I'm just gonna drink this beer.
It's hard not to. It's hard not to just continue to drink. And just would that be the whole show? Just us not speaking,
just chugging beer,
chugging beers.
God,
I think people
would
watch that too.
It's so good. Once you have one, you want a couple more, man. That's how good it is.
Fravor said that was beautiful music. He was also first in the chat today. You'd love to see that out of Fravor.
4:26 p.m. Unbelievable.
Bargain's a bargain, gentlemen. Front office on Trey Hendrickson thing. We'll talk to that in a minute.
We'll
talk about that in a minute.
Just
I was actually trying to click this one.
Let us drink some
it would
beer
have been
first.
A deal breaker if New House had no garage beer. Just couldn't have it.
No, couldn't handle that. Absolutely not.
Couldn't possibly do it. They're doing a giveaway with Draft Top. Have you seen Draft Top? It is a can opener for your beer. It takes the top off your beer, safe to the lips, won't cut you, and you just sip out of it. I got one on the way.
I have a
giveaway.
I have like a Draft Topu, like a Chinese version off of DH Gate. And every time I use it, it makes it incredibly sharp. So I am actually looking at getting the Draft Top one because it seems like a better product than the piece of shit I have. Because literally, it just turns my beer can into a weapon. So I don't like.
You have a Chinese everything.
Yeah, I do. I really do, man. Sometimes it's hit or miss. Sometimes they make good shit. I.e. and then sometimes they want to cut your lips with your beer can. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a draft. No free ads, but hey, they're partnered with Garage Beer. Let's go ahead and get it.
That's we'll allow.
Yeah, I single-handedly keep DH Gate. Yeah, they've got me on retainer.
Yeah, dude.
They've got me on retainer. I got a message that my my jersey shipped for Fairchild. So
you
it'll be here.
Support American brands, man. Buy American.
Hey, man, those little kids in the sweatshops, they need support too. So let's move on before I get us canceled.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's talk about Trey Hendrickson.
Let's get right into it.
There was obviously last week, right before our show, Trey Hendrickson talked to the media, took a big old dump on the Bengals front office, their communication skills, where things stand. Left it feeling very fucking scary.
Yeah.
And seems like the text from Zach Taylor to Trey Hendrickson, like, yo, show up to mandatory camp or you're getting fined, kind of pissed him off.
Let's pause. Let's pause and talk about that. Do we know, or has it been reported how it came across? Like, was the text, hey, be here or get fined? Or was it, hey, man, I know you got a lot going on. I know we're dealing with stuff, but the league is going to fine you if you don't show up. Was it nice, or was it you need to show up or you're getting fined?
I don't think there's any way for it to be good at that time. And Trey even said that when he was talking to me. He's like, I don't think there's any way that was going to go well. You can put as much fluff and shit on it as you want when you send the text, but the fact is, like, you don't need to tell me that a month in advance.
Right.
I know how this shit works.
Right.
Is my take on the situation.
Could be. It was probably a little CYA text. You know what I mean? Like, hey, we informed him, you know. But either way, if my boss is texting me, like, get here or you're fired on my day off or something, it's not his day off. I get it. That was a bad example. But I'm like, who the fuck are you talking to? Like, dude, I know what I need to do. You know what I mean? So might have been in bad taste, but I don't know the exact verbiage. But either way, the Trey situation just continues to get messier and messier and messier. Like you mentioned at the beginning of the conversation, he did everything but absolutely scorch earth the organization. And I know you talked about it last week when I was absent. So this sucks. Like, flat out, this fucking sucks.
Yeah, and Zach today pretty much didn't say much. He said, I have talked to Trey since last week, but there is no update on what's going on. Now, the report that has been coming out over the last few days is that the Bengals offered Trey Hendrickson $28 million per year.
It's a lot of money.
And he turned it down, but how was that $28 million a year structured? I'm seeing a lot of, I think Crypt Keeper, left the comment earlier, $28 million is $28 million, and that's absolutely true. But how are the Bengals wanting to structure that $28 million? Because how many times have we seen the contract structure be the issue with guarantees or whatnot? Yeah. So I think that's what we still don't have the insight on.
And as a 30-plus-year-old player, your body's not going to be perfect forever. So he said it from the beginning. Look, I'm looking for long-term stability for me and my family. Now, you have to read between the lines there when a guy in his 30s playing defensive end, a rough position, is saying that, right? I mean, he knows that he's not going to be around forever, and he's in his 30s. He wants that long-term stability, and he wants to do it in Cincinnati. I don't blame the guy. I think he's worth every freaking penny. I think the check should have already been written, signed, sealed, delivered, and we're wasting a bunch of time here on this shit. But I don't know what the solution is, because if he's getting an offer now and it's structured in a respectable way and he's turning it down, that sucks. If the Bengals are offering him a fun number he can play with for the rest of his life, but there's like not even half of it guaranteed and the deal's structured shitty, shame on them. It's the whole situation is just an absolute mess.
Yeah, and our buddy Fravor in the comments brings up a good question. I would like to know how many years that they offered, because I don't think that at least I haven't seen it. If it's out there, I haven't seen it. I bet you he wants at least 3, and I bet the Bengals only want to go up to 2 is what I would guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we've talked about this ad nauseum. What's going to happen? What's not going to happen? We're really no different than we were a week ago. Zach just said, hey, I've talked to the guy. No update. But we did have the first kind of public statements about Trey Hendrickson from our fearless leader, the man himself, Joe Burrow. God, that's a great candle.
It's bad. I found it.
That's so good.
It was underneath my desk here. I've been looking for it for months. Found it.
One of your 9 kids hit it.
Yes, absolutely.
But here's what Burrow had to say about the situation.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. You guys all know how I feel about Trey. He's a great player. I love Trey as a guy. He goes out and plays well every single Sunday. He's very productive. He's a guy that deserves to get paid and get paid what he wants and what the market is. So, like I said, we'll see what happens with that. But I love Trey and hope he's with us.
Didn't realize when I uploaded that video, I only heard it out of one ear, so I apologize if the audio quality wasn't great.
It's okay. I'm deaf in this one almost anyway. It came out of this one. We're good to go. So Joe is forever the consummate professional. You know what I mean? He's very articulate, spells it out, isn't rude or aggressive to the organization, and supports his guys. That is the best political answer Joe can put out there, and he's doing the right thing. I'm sure in the background, he's like, can you fucking just pay this guy? Like, literally,
Probably.
He's the only guy that can rush the freaking passer. Now, I think this comment is saying all he can do, that's about it. I don't know, Die Hard. However, that's it. That's our pass rush. Get this guy his money so we can freaking be effective on defense.
I think what Die Hard Cincy Fan 19 is saying is all he can do is rush the quarterback, and that's about it. And we had this conversation last week with somebody in the chat brought it up. He's not that great in the run game, and I personally said I don't give a shit. I don't either. He's there to sack quarterbacks. Yep. I understand that there are some issues with his run defense. We're going to put probably 1 to 2 more linebackers on the field most of the time in Al Golden's defense. Jerry Montgomery, new defensive line coach. I'm going to trust them to figure that out. I want number 91 going to hit the shit out of quarterbacks. Sure, it'd be great if he was a great run defender like Sam Hubbard was for all those years, but like in negotiations, I don't give a single shit because like you're paying this guy to tackle quarterbacks. In today's NFL, you have to tackle quarterbacks. So it's just basically, hey, maybe that could be better. He's still the only one that put quarterbacks on their ass last year. Pay him to do that.
I am not worried about his run defense at all. We've got other pieces to the puzzle that can fill that gap in. Trey is literally a sack machine and was our only true real production in touching the quarterback last year. Like, I do not give a shit about Trey Hendrickson's run defense. I'm sorry. I
don't care.
100%.
Don't care at all.
Segment of the show.
Back. He's locked in. He's ready. And it's a very simple, without Trey, our defense is fucked. And I would have to agree.
Who said it? Was it McAfee or someone on McAfee said, without Trey Hendrickson, the Bengals don't make it to the Super Bowl? I can't remember who said it.
I don't remember, but I know multiple people have said that because I think it's a pretty damn true statement.
I mean, without him playing this year, I would be concerned. Like hopefully he plays. I don't have a crystal ball, guys. All I have is a Joe Burrow Jesus candle. But if he doesn't play, like our defense goes, I mean, we've got a rookie who's sitting out right now that's supposed to supplement the pass rush, but I mean, who knows, right? What's going on there? Without Trey Hendrickson, who's sacking quarterbacks, man?
Yeah, your replacement for Trey Hendrickson is now holding out too.
I know.
So it's a fun predicament to be in.
Yeah.
Stripe Nation says, I'll take 17.5 sacks a year regardless if you aren't the best run defender. And Wedge Gordon said, amen.
I'll take 10. I'll take the 10 out of the guy if we can get another guy to get in there and get a few, right? Like he doesn't need to replicate 17.5. He came out there and that was his fucking coming out season for us. He's been good before, obviously, but if he comes back and he doesn't hit 15 or if he hits 10, like, dude, come on, like we'll supplement it some other way, but the dude is good and deserves his money.
I'd like at least 12 if he's getting the deserved pay bump.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Gotcha. No, good idea. Yeah.
Big Dog Moose is here. Off top of just rising. Lots of love for the Fever jersey.
Yeah.
Lots of love for the Fever jersey.
I bought this when she was drafted and I got absolutely annihilated online.
That was fun. I remember that. I liked watching that.
Yeah.
Sorry to say, but that was fucking hilarious.
They don't like new fans and you're only here because of her. And I was like, yeah, yes, you're right. So I put this patch on there that says new fan, be nice. For if I go to a Fever game. Haven't made it out to one yet. This year I've come to realize that the WNBA is a miserable, miserable place to try to interact with fans. So just going to watch the Fever games on my own couch and enjoy it in my own way. So
I threw out a WNBA tweet last year and like 4 million views later, I was in the paint. There were accusations being made, lots of comments about my appearance, and I upset a lot of people.
When I posted this jersey, according to the comments section, I am the Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. So just take that for what it is. Be careful in the paint with WNBA Twitter because they will come after you hard if you don't know what you're talking about. But
I'm gonna hang out over here on the sidelines on that one.
Me too.
Not getting back into it.
Bengals should have traded Pratt if they already stated they're planning on releasing him. I don't know Pratt's future. It looks like he's going to be on this football team, man. So
I haven't heard of any plans to release him.
I
know that releasing them saves them some money.
Yeah,
but
I think he's suiting up this year. I don't think he's going anywhere, man.
But no, see,
Dude, 4 weeks ago, 5-6 weeks ago, they're cutting him. I was sure, but dude, we're not hearing shit. I think if they were going to cut him, he'd already be cut.
I'm not saying ooh to Jermaine Pratt, the football player or the person or the human being. Like I'm putting that up, but like I just don't want a dude that doesn't want to be here in camp, getting reps.
Yeah,
maybe pissing and moaning.
Yeah,
I don't want it. If he doesn't want to be here, just get him gone. Somebody on Twitter just told me I'm doing a show with Luka Doncic.
Oh, okay.
You look like Luka Doncic.
I am Eastern European descent. I'm American, full red-blooded American, but so it's good.
Bacon and bullets American.
Yeah, there you go. No word on Mike Hilton. I think Mike Hilton, is he still floating out there?
Mike Hilton is still a free agent.
Guys, he's not coming back here. That's all I can say on that. I just don't see him paying what the market is for him, probably. So
every day it's going down. Market's going down every day. He doesn't have a job.
I just don't see it, though. I don't know. I don't see it. Luka Gesicki.
Yeah. I love that.
I get that.
I love that a lot.
I get Gesicki a lot now, but I'm wrong.
That's good. Luka Gesicki. I like that a lot.
All right. So
we've got
go for it. Nope, go.
Well, I was just going to touch on the Shamar Stewart situation. That brings us to our next.
That's right where I was going.
Shamar Stewart is still not practicing with the Bengals. He is there. He is present. Zach Taylor says that he is great in meetings, but he is not doing on the field work as his contract is negotiated. Don't know the exact hang up in negotiations. I don't know if it's guaranteed money. I don't know if it's because he won't sign the injury waiver that you get to where you can practice while you're negotiating your contract. I haven't seen the actual details of like what the holdup is in these contract talks, but I know that rookie holdouts fucking stink.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
absolutely.
The text from Dad says, "What the fuck is our first rounder doing sitting out for? He hasn't. What the fuck is our first rounder sitting out for? He hasn't proven anything."
Yeah.
And that is a valid opinion on this, because he's not a guy that is coming out and he's Abdul Carter, right?
Yeah.
He's a guy that had 4.5 sacks and what Zach Taylor called a lot of near production. Love that term. I'm going to start using it around the house. Like, hey, did you do the laundry? It's like lots of near production today.
That's funny. Yeah, me too.
I'm going to use that. And then I'm going to, do the grown folk thing. Be like, so, she'd be like, well, you had a lot of near production.
The Stewart thing would not be so frustrating if we just didn't have a history of being terrible with contracts. I not necessarily terrible with like paying out contracts. Yeah, a lot of them work out. We pay guys sometimes, but like it just seems like every season there's one guy that is supposed to be here and is really good, and we're talking about why the fuck is his deal not done. So just add a rookie onto that wildfire, and it's just like what is going on? Like who has got the bank account PIN number there and won't share it? Like I don't know if it's some sort of injury clause or the money's not right or structure. I thought fucking rookies got paid what they got paid and they showed up to work because they're living their lifelong dream of being in the NFL, right? Like, I don't want to be rude. I'm a player's guy 99% of the time. But right now I'm just like, fuck, man, you just realized your dream. Just put the pads on. Let's go. Like, let's freaking practice.
I just got a text from a friend that says, literally opened up your show expecting Bengals talk just now. First thing I hear is Bengalian say, I am the Grand Wizard. What kind of show are you guys running?
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah. That's kind of how it goes around here. Yeah, shout out to Jordan.
Yeah.
I think I'm on Shamar Stewart's side with this one, and I wasn't initially, but these rookie deals are all essentially fully guaranteed contracts. I think guys do argue over the language or maybe injury guarantees or whatever the case is. I don't know exactly what he wants. I don't know, but like I also feel like the Bengals should just be like, hey, you're a first round pick, maybe to replace Trey Hendrickson soon. We'll just make the numbers work for it. They're the same numbers. Like
I don't get
the deal value is set by your draft position. The total contract value is set. They can't argue about that. So I don't know if it's injury guarantees. I don't know if it's signing bonus, guaranteed money. Like they're all fully guaranteed deals. So I don't know what the hang up is, but this is the kind of situation where I think the Bengals should just bend a little bit and give it up. But
what are they not?
Are they in town?
What are they not bending on though? What is it?
It's got to be a signing bonus or an injury guarantee.
I mean, what the fuck?
It's got to be one of those two things.
We're talking about nickels here for a rookie.
Yeah.
Like, why is this difficult? Why are we having difficulty with this? It's a set number. They freaking account for it in their budget every year for their first-round draft picks. Why are we dealing with this? Why are we always dealing with contract bullshit? I am so I read that. That's very funny. I am so worn out and tired of it. I want to have an offseason where I'm going, team looks good this year. This is going to be fun. Great. No, every offseason it's this guy's contract. And it's like that around the league, but it feels just consistent with us, and it's so frustrating.
That's what I want. I want OTAs where everybody's there working, bought in. I want training camp where everybody's there working, bought in. Yeah. Last year it's Chase and it's T. This year it's Trey and the rookies. Like, fuck, man. Like, I don't know. I feel like you're just arguing over minuscule shit at this point.
I agree.
It's where you could just be like, all right, man, let's just get your ass to work. Like,
yes,
4-year rookie deal. Hammer it out.
Just make it work. Like, did they need to hire like a guy that can get this done? Why can't we get to the fucking finish line with this stuff? It's so.
I wonder if Katie and Troy just like took off. I wonder if they were like, all right, Taste T sign. We're going on fucking vacation. See you later.
I don't know. To me, it's like, seriously, guys. Like, are you kidding me? And I love this team, and I truly do love this organization from the bottom of my heart. I mean, we're massive Bengals fans. Like, I love the front office as people, but right now it's just like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing?
I think Katie Blackburn going to law school is like a worst thing that could happen to the Bengals.
I don't know, man.
The art of the deal.
But they're not even good at it.
That's the problem. There's not much art.
No, it's like a scribble the deal. Like I don't like. It's just.
But I understand the line of thinking, like my dad said, and like this guy also had 4.5 sacks in college. Like,
but we're not talking about
how much leverage do you have in this situation, buddy? I get that too. Like, I understand it, but I also I know how the rookie contract structures work, and it's like you're nickel and dime and shit and arguing over something that's probably not that important. Just fucking do it and get the guy out there.
Yeah, if it's the Bengals, if it's him, shut up and just go to work. You know what I mean? I'm not saying
just one side or the other.
Just someone figure it out. Either it's his agent or the team being difficult. I don't care who it is. Figure it out so our rookie can get out there and get reps. So the first time he gets in there, he's not getting his ass handed to him by some fucking tackle. Like, it's like we're wasting time and we're wasting valuable man hours on stupid shit when we should be focusing on getting ready to play football. And it's just frustrating to me.
I understand that. And speaking of manpower, my dad suggests that we send Ron to Cincy and use his special secret talent to kick the front office ass. You versus Mike Brown. Who's coming out on top?
Well, I'll just let you to figure that out. But
Troy Blackburn.
I have a very special set of skills, and I'm afraid to use it outside of work.
This guy's fucking Liam Neeson.
Because I'll go to jail. But I don't know, man. Does it take somebody kicking the door in and shaking their heads and saying, dude, just do it? Or do we need to drive to Stewart's rental, his apartment, wherever he's at, and saying, hey, man, can you just play football? Do we need to like send a bag of shit to his agent with a note that says more coming if you don't just work the fucking deal out? I don't know where the problem is. I don't care where the problem is. Come together and figure it out. I'm done with it. I'm absolutely sick of having these conversations about contracts and stuff. It's like, grow up, figure it out.
Ron can't catch Mike Brown's golf cart with his bum ass knee. That's a good point. Mike might hit that fucking swerve in that corner on you.
It's okay. I reach out and touch people. I don't chase them. So,
which I don't know who his agent is. That would be good to know.
I don't either. I don't.
Maybe
Whoever
it's a
it is,
Mulligetta issue.
Whoever it is, grow up. Come on.
If he's repped by Mulligetta, I take back everything I said, and it's fucking David Mulligetta's fault. I hate that.
Yeah.
Moose said that the Reds are heating up again. That's true. 5 straight. Martinez is on the mound right now. Reds are batting right now, but he's on the mound in the game. Expecting a few more big Reds guys post for me this summer. Moose, my life has been a fucking shitstorm of moving and selling houses and buying houses.
Yeah.
I'm getting close to the end of it, and that's when I'll just relax and breathe in my new cool ass basement. I figured out how I can get 7 TVs on one wall. But yeah, there will be some relaxation and more locking in on the Reds here. I got to grind
5 in a row.
Weeks.
Are they 5 in a row right now? Okay,
5 in
I
a
love
row
that.
right now,
I love that. I try to watch as many as I can, but there's 497,622 games a season, so it's tough to keep up.
Yeah, you're right. Fravor, Dad is on a roll tonight.
Yeah.
Guys in his bag. Alan says hey to him. What's up? Yeah, I do need a window replaced on my house. I had to pay a guy $150 today to put a drain valve on my water heater. I could have done that myself in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Well,
they wanted a pro to do it. The person that's buying my house wanted a professional to do it. Had to give him a receipt.
Ugh.
What does this stuff say to prospective free agents? Like if it's close, tiebreaker, is it going to the nickel and dime show? And some teams don't even take salary cap serious. That's true too. You're setting a precedent.
That precedent's been set. I'm sorry.
True.
Like that precedent has been set since Jesse Bates. Like it is known throughout the league that the deals are not fucking electric here. Like, I just feel like it is. Maybe not the actual deals, but the negotiating process is a shit show. Like it's right out there every season. Home run?
No, that's been all double. Dumbass Pittsburgh Pirates fucking outfielder couldn't catch the ball. Loser.
Love it.
Also, I want to address some accusations that were made about me over the weekend.
Oh no.
This is not a prepared statement. I'm just going to speak from the heart. Went over to Dad's for a visit. Took the child over there, let her see the grandparents for a little bit, just completely destroy their house. And my stepmother, Dad's wife, made an accusation that she doesn't think I drink my beer all the time. She said it doesn't look like I'm drinking my beer. She said like I'm faking it, like I'm mailing it in. No. And I took that as a very serious allegation. So I would like to point out, watch this. It's going down.
Yeah.
This will be empty by the time show ends. It's a very serious accusation, something I don't take lightly, and I wanted to address the public about that matter.
Yeah, ma'am, he's a functioning alcoholic. You just have to deal with it. So it is what it is. Faker. Alan calling you out here. Oh,
I can't have it. I can't be having this.
No, absolutely.
Oscar worthy. See, that's the support I need.
Love it.
Wait, is Oscar worthy bad because it's acting?
That could be both ways.
Was that not a positive comment from Digital Sauce? Was I mistaken?
I choose to believe it was a positive comment. I do.
I like to do that too. I like to live in that world.
Yeah. Very, very positive.
I got beer and pizza burps going on right now after that.
Yeah. Ew. You had pizza?
Yeah.
Okay.
Local spot, thin crust, salty crust, no free ads, but you can figure it out from there.
Love it. That's the
Delicious.
ticket right there. That's the
Delicious.
ticket. Speaking of tickets, roll right into it.
Where do you get your tickets? That was good.
Hey, I'm good at a couple things. I go to TickPick because TickPick is the absolute unit in the ticket game, folks. The official ticket partner of Cincy Unfiltered and the best ticket broker out there. No fees, no BS. You pay what you see. You get your ticket with ease, might I add, because the app and the interface and the userness, it's not a word, but we're rolling with it, is absolutely the best on the market. Go to TickPick, download it now, hit the QR
Scan the
code.
QR code.
Yeah,
Got to know what a QR code is, boomer.
Yeah. Scan the QR code. It'll pop up on your phone. Download the app. Code Cincy10. Save some scratch on your next tickets. I'm going to use them.
New users.
Absolutely new users. I'm going to use them. I'm going to go to a couple Formula One races this year. The prices, vroom, vroom. That's what they are. Vroom, vroom. They're unbeatable. They're going to beat the other guys every single time. You're not going to find a better no fee ticket on the market.
And coming up, Reds, Cubs. We hate the Cubs. We don't like them.
Mm-hmm.
Fireworks Friday, Great American Ballpark. You get in the door on TickPick for $28. Get you right in the door. See a fireworks show. I always find it weird when they still do the fireworks after they lose. That's a little bit of a weird thing for me. But if you enjoy that, baseball card collectors, you guys like baseball cards. Reds team baseball card set Saturday, May 24th, 4:10 p.m. against Cubs. Get in there for $25. Little Sunday game, Sunday 140. Get in there for $31 on TickPick. All you gotta do is scan the QR code. Download the app. If you're a new user, use code Cincy10 at checkout. Save a couple bucks off that first purchase and enjoy the best ticket buying experience on the market. That's professional stuff right there.
That was good. 100%.
Professional stuff. We got some more talk from Joe Burrow today. A couple more clips to go over. Burrow mentioned some things about starting faster. Obviously, we know this team kind of stinks in the month of September since Zach Taylor took over. I believe they've won just one week one game in Zach Taylor's tenure, the Super Bowl year against the Minnesota Vikings, where we all learned that Jamar Chase could, in fact, catch a football. But they asked Joe Burrow about some things they could do, including playing more in the preseason. And here's what Joe had to say.
Everything you can to be more prepared, I guess. We're running more as a team. This time of year is about the same. I would say we're working a little harder in the weight room and running. But at the end of the day, we just have to go out and play better early in the year. You can come up with all these different things to try to make that happen. I think playing in preseason games will help. We haven't had those discussions yet, but based on the little bit that we have, I imagine we'll be playing more, and I think that'll help. But we'll see. I think at the end of the day, we just have to take some ownership and come out of the gates and execute and play better.
So he's pretty much like, hey, we might play some more in the preseason, but at the end of the day, we just got to fucking show up, play better football.
That pumps me up. It makes me excited for football season, hearing him talk about the preseason and stuff like that. But it is, guys, they're flat out. They show up to practice and they show up to work and they put the work in. Like, we know that, right? Unless you're Samar Stewart, right now. No hate. But that's the easy part, right? Now, come game day, is they just got to turn it on. And that's what he's saying. Like, dude, we know what we're doing. We're hitting the weights hard. We know how to practice. Like, we know how to prepare for the season. Let's play a little bit more in the preseason and hit the fucking gas come game one and not start slow. That's all I need to hear from the leader on my team.
Yeah. It does sound like they will play more in the preseason, which I am a fan of, unless Joe Burrow feels any sort of tightness or something doesn't feel exactly right. Sit him the fuck down.
Yeah, shut him down.
Unless that happens, I do like that. But he is pretty much just saying, hey, September 7th, we're going to go to Cleveland. They're going to put a football on the ground, and we're going to play a game.
Yeah.
We need to do that better than we've been doing it before. But what can you do to get you there? And I think playing more in the preseason is a part of that.
Yep, I agree. Reps are everything. I mean, you don't become proficient at something without practicing it, and if they can get more live game reps in before that whistle happens week one of the regular season, then do it. I think that's a good way to go about it. I will immediately change my tune on that if somebody important gets injured. But as I sit here right now, get the boys their reps so we can be out of the gates hot come week one against the Cleveland Browns.
And they may have to do a little bit more in the preseason because Zach also said today that he doesn't plan on doing any joint practices with other teams this year. Mm-hmm. We've seen him doing with the Rams, the Colts, and I can't remember who it was last year, but they did do some joint work ahead of a preseason game. But he said he doesn't plan on doing that this year. So if you're going to want reps against people that are not wearing the same helmet as you, it's going to have to come in the preseason.
Yeah, 100%. These guys practice hard, but let's be real. They're not trying to kill each other, right? When you get in between the paint there in a real game situation, preseason or not, you got guys out there trying to prove something. So they're going to try to kill you. So that's as live as a live rep can get. So
real quick, going back to the Tick Pick thing, K Breezy used Tick Pick to take Mama Breezy to the Zach Brown Band concert, and it got postponed. Words are hard. Mm-hmm. Went to a local sports bar, and they had $9.50 garage beer pitchers.
That's good. That's a good deal.
$9.50 for a pitcher of the ice cold garage beer, and then Fravor said, "I got to know where it is. No free ads," and we're going to go ahead and give that free ad out to Dickman's Sports Bar in Fort Wright, Kentucky. Okay. You are doing it right.
Yeah, I would simply buy a pitcher and use that as my beer.
Yeah, there would be no cup. It's just straight from the pitcher.
Yep, 100%. Yeah, I'd like a garage beer tap in my house. I might do that by the pool this year.
You can do that. That's doable.
Garage beer, if you're listening, can you send me a tap handle? I'd love a tap handle.
They're on the merch store at drinkgaragebeer.com. If
you are. They're right. Or you're right. They are. Yeah, awesome.
Preseason participation is everything. Moose, I do agree that it is pretty important.
Yes, agreed.
I do. Cleveland's programming the weather machine now for the first game of the season be terrible like weather like always to level the playing field. So we actually haven't really talked much about the schedule that came out last week.
Let me pull it up.
Starting in Cleveland, week 1 sucks. Maybe I have PTSD.
You do.
I think they're a matchup nightmare for us. No quarterback on that roster strikes fear in my heart. Joe Flacco's 477 years old. Kenny Pickett has tiny baby hands. And then the other 2 are rookies. But, man, I'm not going to lie to you. Number 95 is enough to make a guy nervous.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. And they drop Mason Graham into that equation. If he ends up starting, it's going to be interesting. We all have Cleveland PTSD. They just seem to have our number every once in a while. I'm looking forward to it. I think if we can get these preseason reps in, we can come out of the gate hot and be ready. You want to just go down the schedule real quick? Let's go down the schedule.
Pull it up.
I got it right here. So week 2, Jacksonville. I think that's a win.
Home opener.
I think that's a win. I don't really.
Joe Burrow has spanked Sunshine's ass his entire career.
Yeah.
And I expect that to continue.
I don't fear Jacksonville. Week 3, Minnesota in their house. That's going to be a game. It's going to be
good ball coach. JJ McCarthy, effectively a rookie because he missed all of last year. Love JJ McCarthy to death, national champion, Michigan man.
Yeah.
27-1 as a starter at the University of Michigan with the national championship.
Wow.
He's effectively going to be a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
Look for Al. Got some NFL experience. Never been a DC, but he's been in the NFL. Look at him to fluster the rookie up a little bit. I think we probably sneak out of there with a win.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's going to be a tough game, but I think I agree. So the 4th week of the season, we are at Denver for, is that Monday Night Football?
That is a Monday Night Football matchup in Denver. Mm-hmm. They saw the Bo Nix Joe Burrow show last year and wanted to run that back in prime time. That's going to be a tough game too. Their defense is fucking good.
Yeah, could be a lot of air yards in that game. We'll see how that works out though. That's another tough game. Detroit, October 5th at home. Do not sleep on Detroit, folks. They got
Tate Ratledge too.
Yeah, that's a tough couple games there. Minnesota, Denver, Detroit. And then we travel to the Green Bay Packers, Lambeau Field. Jordan Love, whatever. I don't know. And then our second divisional matchup, Thursday Night Football, our only home primetime game. Am I reading that correct? Yeah.
Unless something is flexed in or one of those last 2 games, I think we play Cleveland at home the final week of the season.
Yeah.
If that game means something, it could get flexed. But
it could.
One home primetime game is fucked.
I agree.
I threw out the idea on Twitter, though. I think that they should do White Bengal and Striped Jungle same night.
Yes.
Instead of have the same sections wear black for the stripes, but instead of the orange, have them wear white.
White tiger.
And we do the Striped Jungle in a white with the white logos, white uniforms. Could be electric on Thursday Night Football. And we beat the fuck out of Will Howard, Mason Rudolph, or Aaron Rodgers, whoever's under center for him.
That would pop on TV.
That would be sick, wouldn't it?
White, that would pop. Yeah. So 2 of our divisional opponents are in quarterback limbo right now. It's just very interesting and also potentially scary if Will Howard decides to play good. And I don't know, one of the 73 quarterbacks the Browns have on their roster decide to play good. We travel October 26th. The Jets come to town. Whatever. That's an ass whooping. Chicago is in town the next week.
Caleb Williams stinks.
November 2nd. I agree. Then we travel out to Pittsburgh and beat the piss out of them in their own house. We are going to shut Pittsburgh out this year. That's one of my bold predictions. I think we're
sweep.
Yep,
Pittsburgh sweep.
I think we're sweeping those fry sandwich eating idiots. Then
Fuck Pittsburgh.
New England comes to the house.
Don't sleep on that.
I
Drake May's
agree.
good.
I agree. I think New England has been not good, but I think they're probably on the upswing. The next week, we are at Baltimore. That is the Thanksgiving Day game. I cannot express how excited I am that we are playing Thanksgiving evening. I have not looked forward to a regular season game like this in a long time. I am going to be full of food, full of beer, on the couch and or recliner watching these boys play. Sucks it's Baltimore because that's a tough game. We're going to have to really bust some ass to beat them in their own house in the first matchup, but that's going to be exciting. You kind of
That game is bullshit.
Why?
Like my family will completely understand if I'm like, hey, gotta get the fuck out of here. Bengals are playing tonight. Everybody gets it. They know who I am as a person. They love me regardless.
Yeah.
4 straight years, Baltimore road primetime.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow talked about it. Let's see what Joe Burrow had to say about that.
Oh.
Playing in Baltimore for the 4th straight primetime year isn't ideal. Maybe we could get one of those in Cincinnati next year, please.
Please?
Please. Yeah, that's bullshit. I
that
agree.
That sucks, dude. Yeah. How the fuck does Baltimore keep getting away with that?
With us, too.
Yeah.
That's annoying. Yeah. We always
I know that they saw both games last year and each quarterback threw for 1 billion yards and scored 40 points and they were super, super fun football games. Don't get me wrong. I get that. Why the fuck is it always in Baltimore?
Yeah. You're not
Those
wrong.
people don't deserve that. Fuck
Dude,
that city.
We do primetime right now.
Yes.
The NFL needs to realize, if they look back at our Stripe the Jungle game and all the fireworks and all the shit that's going on in that stadium now, we need more primetime games. It looks good on TV. So
they treat the Bengals like a fucking traveling circus. Like, hey, everybody wants to watch Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. Let's bring them to your town. And Cincinnati gets none of it. And it's not even about the advantage to Baltimore, because I'm gonna be honest with you, Baltimore does primetime right too. They've got a good system going over there. Yeah. Hate the fans, hate the city, hate Joe's Seafood, but whoever runs the stadium is doing a good job. Yeah. But how do they always get that edge on us? Those are important division games, man. Yep. How do they always seem to get the primetime game at home where everybody gets an extra 8 hours to get all boozed up and go in there and hoot and holler and yell. And the Bengals get one, and it's against Pittsburgh. So shout out to them for giving us that kind of advantage, because I will be spending that whole day getting extra boozed up before Pittsburgh game. Those get a little dicey. You gotta stick and move in those games sometimes.
Should probably put in a couple days of leave actually right around that time frame. So
probably not a bad idea.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know. I just don't get it. Why Baltimore could have 10 primetime games at home next year.
Yeah.
If we weren't one of them, I wouldn't bitch about it. But it just seems to always happen to the Bengals, and it seems to always negatively impact the Bengals. I don't get it.
Agreed. After that shit show on Thanksgiving, we get to travel to Buffalo. Always an electric game. I'm looking forward to that one too.
Might attend that game. Might go to that.
Ooh, that'd be a good one to go to. I love playing Buffalo. I would play Buffalo every year. It's just fun. Win or lose, that game is always fun.
Buffalo's a fun place to tailgate too.
Yeah, this is a hell of a stretch in the schedule when you really look at it.
Oh God, this 3-game stretch.
At Baltimore, at Buffalo, and then a hungry Baltimore after we beat the shit out of them on Thanksgiving comes into our house, and we got to play them again. So that's
brutal.
Yeah. Also, good comment here. Buffalo in December. Good night.
Dude, I went in January, the playoff game in the snow.
Yeah,
fucking loved it, dude.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. It was so weird. It was cold, it was snowing, but it didn't feel like there was just snow falling down. I didn't wear gloves. I was just chilling. Maybe I was hammered. I was drinking vodka Red Bulls on the highway.
Love it. Before
turning into the parking lot. Buffalo Stadium's in a fucking neighborhood.
Really?
There's a sketchy gas station right across the street. It's in a neighborhood.
That's perfect.
And me and my buddy Josh went up there, and we were just waiting to get into the parking lot. I had my old truck. Shout out the old Toyota Tacoma. Love you wherever you are. And I mixed up, some vodka Red Bulls on the side of the highway while we're waiting. And then all of a sudden, time to get in. Throw the cooler in the truck. I go to run to get in the door, almost get run over by a vehicle. It was almost over for me right then and there. Maybe that's why I didn't feel as cold. But it's a great time, and I very, very well may go back.
Yeah, I like
wear white again. They're allowed to wear that uniform twice a year. I would expect the Thanksgiving game to be a very good prospect for probably the second one they wear. I would imagine they would do it Thursday night against Pittsburgh and then again in Baltimore. But they're allowed one additional uniform slot now. Could get a Leaping Tiger throwback. I don't know if that's real, but it could happen.
Yeah, that would be incredible. Don't they need to do that like a couple years in advance or something? Or is that?
I think they got rid of a lot of that shit.
Did they? Okay. All right. Dude, a Leaping Tiger would just go nuts prime time.
I need a Joe Burrow Leaping Tiger jersey like I need fucking air.
Yeah. Either that or the old school uniform with the Bengals on the helmet. Like, give me one of those. Like, flat out. Sucks. I like it just because it's a throwback. One time a year would be uniform. Fun. It says Bengals on it. All right. After Baltimore, we travel out to Miami for a Sunday night football game. So cold, potentially decently warm weather down in Miami. So that's going to be a little different there. Miami's beatable. I'm not super scared of Miami.
Tua sucks.
Yeah, Tua's not good. They do have good receivers, and there's some other weapons there, but I don't know. That seems like a primetime win to me. And then back-to-back home games. Arizona comes to town, and we always like to close out the back half of the season with Cleveland. So Cleveland will be in town. Hopefully that game is meaningless because we absolutely annihilated this schedule. We're resting our starters, and Cleveland is playing Browning and a bunch of not nobodies because you're on the team. I love and respect you, but a bunch of backups. And that game is meaningless. But that's the schedule, folks. Sorry, there's no graphic. This was not a planned segment.
I probably should have done that.
Well, again, this is that weird lull in the season where there's not a lot going on. And neither Drew or I are very good at this. We just get on here and talk. So
that's a good point.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to this season. I see a positive record. I see wild card or above. I think we got a shot this year. I say that every year, but I got a good feeling. I just got a good feeling.
I think we're going to beat the fuck out of everybody, get the 1 seed, a first round bye, and then win the Super Bowl.
Let's
probably
that.
I think it's going to go.
Let's do that. Absolutely. Final question from Troy before we get out of here. What's your honest opinion on Cordell Volson? I want him on the roster as a rotational piece.
Yeah, I like Cordell Volson, the human being. Anybody that says that they go to North Dakota and do construction work to unwind is a guy that I like in the locker room. I've seen enough out of him that I don't want him to be the starting left guard, and he won't be. It's going to be Dylan Fairchild.
Yeah.
I don't want the guy starting on my offensive line, but I want him in the room. He's a veteran starter with starting experience that can come in and play in the event that we need a backup lineman. And let's just look at the reality of the entire Joe Burrow era. We're going to need backup linemen.
Yeah.
So I think that I don't say cut him and save. I think it's like $4 million or something, like nothing crazy. I think keep him and keep him as a solid option if somebody goes down.
Yeah, he has not once ever this offseason been a cut candidate for me. I think that he's a guy you have in as a rotational backup at this point. He knows the system. He's played plenty of meaningful snaps, and that's a good thing to have behind a young, talented individual. So,
yeah, I still think you're looking at Orlando Brown Jr., Dylan Fairchild, Ted Karras. A little bit upset with Ted right now. I saw on Instagram today he cut the lettuce off. I was really enjoying the Ted Karras mullet, but I understand why he did.
Well, did he shave? Did he shave his head?
He got the old taper, the old fade.
Okay, I know he shaves his head sometimes, but yeah, okay. Ted, we'll talk. We'll talk.
But then I think you're going to see Cody Ford and Amarius Mims. I think that's how it's going to play out. But I do want Cordell Volson there as a backup option because the guy's played a lot of ball.
Yep, I agree.
I think the new O-line coach can bring out the best in a lot of people, Volson included, from Adam Bushman. I think I agree with you. The Bengal Bronco. Oh, dude, that's a badass car. Have you seen the Bengal Bronco?
No.
That thing.
Oh, yeah.
Dope, dude.
I saw her driving on the highway, and I was like, whoever this is, your car fucking rocks. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. We also signed, not Patrick Picard, Ron.
Lucas Patrick.
Yeah, Lucas. I just want to say Patrick Picard.
You did that a couple weeks ago.
I did, yeah. Lucas Patrick's in the room also. I don't know what his contribution is going to be this season. We'll see. Maybe the guy comes here and shines.
Could be.
That's a guy that I think a lot of fans are forgetting is on the team. But yeah.
Yeah, kind of. And Devin Cochran's there too. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's going to be plenty of competition, I think, and I think that's going to breed the best, and the cream will rise to the top. Chase Higgins, etc., have all experienced in warm weather in college, so it won't be much of a concern. Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Because he said simply for the Sun factor, we get a break in Miami at night. They love wearing white at home during the day, so visiting teams fry. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Moose, you take care too. You're a great human being. I enjoy speaking with you a lot.
Yeah,
you're the fucking man.
Love that
Moose.
guy. Absolutely. We've hit the 55-minute mark. I think that's probably enough of us for you guys. Not a lot going on, folks. Little things
like the
here
stream.
and there. Yeah, like the stream. Share it. Go buy Garage Beer. Go download TickPick. If you haven't downloaded TickPick, all you're doing is spending more money and hurting your own wallet. So go take care of that. Lots more to come. The off season is going to heat up here. Practices are going to start. The season is a lot closer than we're thinking it is. So I think it's going to come quicker than people think. So
we got one more text from Dad's wife.
Oh, okay.
She stole 2 garage beers from my truck over the weekend, because what responsible person doesn't just have a few garage beers in the back of his truck just in case, in the cab area, back seat.
Roadies.
She saw them, and she's like, I'm taking these. I'm like,
yeah,
all right. They chilled them up. She only had a taste because Dad drank them both. Very good. Big fans of Garage Beer Lime at the Garrison House over there on. I will not state the name of their street. Actually, you guys are fucking psychopaths.
You've lived that story already. Don't fucking do that.
What a failure by this show, Reg. You're right. What a fucking failure by us.
Second of the season. And the Bengals go up again.
That's on.
I'm like all in watching my racing now, but like I'm watching football clips now, and I am very excited for the football season, dude. I cannot wait till it's here.
So when I'm working during the day, I'll throw YouTube on, listen to some music, whatever, and I found myself just listening to the highlights of football games that I've enjoyed.
Yeah, 100%.
I've watched or listened to like Michigan beating the shit out of Ohio State. Any of the 4 games from the last 4 years I could pick. Watching old Bengals highlights and just listening. Like I'm in that mode. Like I need it, dude. I'm soaking in OTA clips, and like obviously these guys are wearing shorts and t-shirts, and I'm like, oh my fucking God, they look so good. We're gonna win the Super Bowl. Like I'm in that mode now.
Yeah.
I need it. I need to park my ass in Cincinnati about 7 a.m., walk around, drink beer with my friends, give people garage beer so they're not missing out, and then go into Paycor Stadium and scream for 4 hours, or park my ass on the couch for 12 hours on a Sunday if we're on the road.
Yeah, 100%. This is going to be a good season, folks. 58-minute mark. I've got nothing left but a hooday. We got rolling in.
I made my Michigan Ohio State comment.
Yeah.
And all I got was fuck you. That was the whole text. That's it.
Jesus.
The chat, we love you.
Yep.
Thank you for saying it was a good time, Crypt Keeper. We were glad you were here for it. If you could, like the stream, subscribe if you haven't. I got to do this just to prove to my stepmother that I drink my beers, because I'm a big boy and I want to grow big and strong.
Yeah. Done.
Turns out I'm just growing big. The strong thing's not really happening too much. I love football. I love the chat. I love my dad. I love his wife. I love Caitlin Clark. I love Angel Reese. I love everything. We will see you next week.
End it.
Boys are ready to go. You already know. Grab a garage beer. Let's flow. No filter needed. Beer's getting deleted. It's the Cincy Unfiltered show. Let's go. Boys are ready to go. Boys are ready to go.